So we have here with us now Dr. Charif Tamin, who is a associate professor at the Institut National de Sciences Appliquées de Lyon, at INSA, right? Dr. Charif, please tell us about yourself and a little about your work.
Thank you for the invitation. I am Charif Tamin, a researcher at Institut of Nanotechnology of Lyon in France. I work on solar cell. I started this topic during my PhD, where I worked on CZTS solar cell. It's a kind of material based on 4-element, abundant element, and we try to use this material as absorber in thin film solar cell. Then during my postdoc, I moved to silicon solar cell, where I developed expertise on passivation of interface and the design of tunnel junction for tandem integration. And then from this year, I start my own research line on full inorganic tandem solar cell by combining this emerging chalcogenide material with silicon in order to push the efficiency. And thanks to this cost action, RenewPV, where I get many idea to start my own research line.
How did you come across the cost RenewPV action? So how did you find out about it?
I find out about my network because I know the people during my PhD. And when I start postdoc, I stayed in connected with community in order to develop my own research line.
Great. Have you been on any scientific missions with the cost action, or?
Not scientific mission, but I participate maybe for all the workshop and in the mission.
So there was a lot of your main takeaway from the action has been the literal community, right? That you met at the events, including the one we have here. And speaking of which, how has it been so far? The workshop? Did you participate? Did you have any lively discussions, as these things tend to go?
Today or
today, yeah.
Yeah, today we had some discussion because I just arrived this morning. So maybe today and tomorrow we can
engage in.
Discuss, yeah.
That's great. So your how did you become a associate professor at the INSA?
Yeah, I applied with project on tandem solar cell and chalcogenide for indoor application for national competition, and I got a position and I stayed in the same lab where I did my postdoc.
Okay. So would you say that the RenewPV, like as you said, has been helpful with developing this, the ideas that you've had? And
yeah, I think the idea, because when I moved to crystalline silicon solar cell, it's other community. And I stayed in contact with RenewPV in order to develop a new idea and apply for funding. And during my the first year of cost action, I applied for Marie Curie.
So please tell me more about this indoor photovoltaics concept that I've also heard from other participants of the workshop. As I've heard, as I understand, it's about the application of photovoltaics, so light powered devices, basically. Is it literally indoor? When you say it indoor photovoltaics, some people might imagine you put a solar panel in your house, and you power it from the lamp, and maybe the lamp is powered from the solar cell. So it's, but it's not that, right? It's about low light efficiency and also maybe sensors and being able to harvest light, right?
Yeah, harvest ambient light. The idea of indoor PV, because today we use many low consumption IoT device, and we use battery to power this device. And the idea, if we can substitute and remove the batteries and put a small solar cell with suitable band gap to indoor light, because today we use LED as indoor light source, and we should find the material which fit perfectly with this emission spectra. And for this material, for this application, we need a material with a band gap between 1.7 electron volt to 1.9 or 2 electron volt. And this is the same material which we applied on the top of silicon in order to increase the efficiency.
Okay.
My main subject is tandem solar cell with silicon, but as I developed a top cell with suitable band gap for tandem and for indoor light.
Okay, so it's a very fruitful field of study, right? As you keep running into other things that these materials can be useful. Do you do a lot of experimental work versus theoretical work? Do you find that the field itself of photovoltaics lends itself more to modeling? And is there anything left to model, let's say, at this point, versus or is the materials are already well understood? And is it more about creating the stable materials, creating fabrication methods for the materials, or there's still a lot more to study in both ways?
For me, I mainly focus on technological work, but we need modeling, for example, for light management. Today we use new material with some good properties and some bad properties which we should improve. For example, if we want to reduce the thickness of this thin film, we should improve the absorption with light management strategy. And for this, we need people from nanophotonic to design the nanophotonic strategy, which we will use to improve the conversion or the absorption inside this semiconductor. And I think, we need modeling, and we need a lot of fundamental knowledge about this material.
So it's not just cut and dry, and now it's just up to making the devices.
I think for silicon solar cell, we don't need a lot, but maybe for tandem and for this material for indoor PV, we need more fundamental knowledge.
Tell me about how your let's say your travels as a scientist, because as a scientist you travel a lot, I suppose. Do you enjoy this aspect of the job? Do you enjoy sometimes having, because sometimes you have to travel, you have to go somewhere, right?
Yeah, for me, for example, I came from Africa, from Algeria, and I did my PhD between Algeria and France. So I traveled a lot during my PhD, and with conference, I met many people from different cultures. And I think, it's good.
Do you use French or English more at conferences?
At conferences, English, but for teaching French.
Okay. Because I know that some of the organizers of this workshop are also part of a francophone, French-speaking language projects, and I do think that for Europe specifically, obviously English is the lingua franca of the scientific world. There's nothing we can do there. But Europe specifically, I found that the French language is also prominently present, right? And especially when you have people from Africa, right, and maybe even some places in the Southeast Asia, French is a more natural second language for them than English, and it's an interesting aspect, because there's other than Ireland in Europe, in the European Union at least right now, we only have one English-speaking country, but we all speak English, and Do you find the teaching aspects of your new position exciting, or
Yeah, it's my teaching. It's related to my research work. I try to implement my research work in teaching because I mainly teach technological practical work in the clean room
Mm.
and semiconductor, and it's part of my research.
And are the students, the new generations of students, are they curious? Do you see a new generation of researchers coming from them?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Oh. So you're optimistic about the
I'm
future?
optimistic, but I just start my
Okay, you just started. We'll see
can't-
about it in
yeah.
a few years if you're. But I imagine that a lot of them are also interested in traveling and having a exciting career as a researcher, right? And
I hope.
yeah, and you'll probably be steering them towards such actions as
Yeah.
RenewPV. Well, thank you very much for your time, Dr. Charif,
You're
and
welcome.
enjoy the
you.
rest of the workshop.
Thank you.
And we'll see.